Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye. And that's what we're going to drink tonight here on Bourbon Master. I'm your host, Chris Wilkie. I'm tasting Traverse City Barrel Proof Rye. This is their North Coast Rye. It's this version right here, just at Barrel Proof. So we're looking at a 56.2% rye. If you've watched my videos, I'm not the biggest fan of rye, so I'm not going to sit here and say this is going to be an awesome drink. I'm going to try it with an open mind and an empty stomach, a la cuisine. So we're going to give it a little try here. I'm not going to sniff it out of here. I smell a lot more oak and vanilla than I did in the original one, so that's also nice. Let's go ahead and give a smell here. I smell a lot of oak, a lot of vanilla. And I read their stat sheet on this. So they gave me the sell sheet and they were saying, here's what it is. And honestly, this one sounds more in my ballpark than the original. So if you take a look just in sheer color, I'm not sure if you can see this on the camera, but there's definitely a color difference that is occurring here. This is your just regular one. This is your barrel proof. Again, obviously the barrel proof is just a little bit darker here. They've got uncut rye whiskey is aged for more than 4 years and a traditional rye spice and a buttery finish. So makes me think I'm drinking a Chardonnay right off the bat. Just me, but it's just what I initially think. Okay, so right away, booze. Booze, rye spice. Tastes like a little bit of rye bread. That little flair you get at the end. I can say some buttery. I think you get some vanilla. I think you get a lot of baking spice in this too. It almost makes me feel in a bakery that's kind of misdone their spice blend, but it smells good. It kind of smells like you've done a bready take to it. Compare the two. I like the barrel proof better. I'm not sure there's ever going to be a time, and there will be one I do a review on that I dislike the barrel proof or a full proof version of it. But I like this one better. So if I was going to pick out of my 4 samples that I got out of Traverse City, number 1 is going to be barrel proof bourbon. So if you've watched that video, that's my favorite, hands down. Pecan pie indulgence is what we got there. I'd probably go to second with the Traverse City standard straight bourbon XXX pick. Then I'm going to probably go to the barrel proof rye, and then I'm going to go to the North Coast Rye last. Would I buy the North Coast Rye or the barrel proof? Barrel proof, depending on price point. Traverse City, the North Coast Rye, if I'm making mixed drinks, maybe. $35 price point, it's going to be just as good as I get like a Bullet Rye or something else in that ballpark. I'm going to always support my craft if I can, but I think that I'm going to always side on the bourbon side with this. So there's my review. In the next video, we're going to make an old-fashioned with some rye. Well, we're going to make my variation of old-fashioned with some rye here, and it's going to be, we're going to do it without the rocks just because I don't want to wake up my kid who's going to sleep in the other room. So we're going to do that, and we'll show you how I make my old fashions, and we'll enjoy one of them. But that's what I think these are good for. And I think if you like rye, you're going to like them. It's just not my cup of tea or cup of bourbon. So Ron, cheers. I can sing the rest of American Pie, but we don't have 10 minutes to do it. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of the night, and make sure to check out the Bourbon Master blog, subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you all in the next tasting.